the timeless and twisted history of witchcraft. Witchcraft is one of the oldest and most intriguing threads woven through human history. Its story stretches across continents and civilizations, carrying with it the echoes of ancient rituals, religious transformation, cultural fear, and spiritual rebirth. Although many people today see witchcraft as a peaceful or nature-based path, its origins reach much further back, into a world where magic was a natural part of everyday life and not yet something to be feared. Long before the word witch existed, the earliest civilizations practiced forms of ritual magic, healing, and divination. In places like Mesopotamia and Babylon, people etched protective spells into clay tablets and performed ceremonies intended to influence fate or ward off danger. Magic was simply another tool to navigate the unseen forces that shaped their world. In ancient Egypt, this belief was even more deeply rooted. Magic, known as Heka, was considered a fundamental energy that existed within every person. Egyptians relied on amulets, incantations, and ritual acts to protect their homes, guide the dead on their journey into the afterlife, and communicate with powerful deities. Rather than being regarded with suspicion, magical practice was respected as an essential part of life. Even the classical cultures of Greece and Rome embraced elements of what we would now call witchcraft. Oracles and seers guided entire communities, and herbalists used the natural world to heal and predict. At the same time, ancient myths painted vivid pictures of enchantresses like Circe and Medea, women who wielded immense power and often paid a price for it. These stories helped plant early ideas about magic users, shaping both fascination and fear that would endure for centuries. As Christianity spread across Europe, older traditions began to clash with new religious teachings. Practices that had once been harmless, like herbal medicine, seasonal rituals, or charms passed quietly from one generation to the next, were gradually recast as dangerous signs of sorcery. The figure of the witch transformed from a healer or wise woman into a symbol of spiritual threat. Over time, suspicion hardened into fear, and fear ignited into one of the darkest periods in European history. Between the 15th and 18th centuries, witch hysteria swept across Europe and later North America. Countless people, most of them women, were accused of causing misfortune through magical means. A sudden storm, a poor harvest, an unexplained illness, or a quarrel between neighbors could be enough to spark an accusation. Communities already strained by hardship and religious pressure found a convenient target in the figure of the witch. Trials spread rapidly, with Scotland, Germany, and eventually the small Puritan community of Salem becoming notorious for their severity. These persecutions were rarely about real magical practice. They were born from fear, social unrest, and a desire to control what could not be understood. Despite these dangers, the older ways never fully vanished. Folk traditions continued to survive quietly, passed along through families and small villages. Healers, midwives, and wise women preserved their knowledge in whispers and secret practices. Protective charms, simple spells, and herbal remedies remained part of everyday life, even when speaking of them openly became dangerous. These traditions nurtured the embers of witchcraft until the world was ready to see it differently again. In the 20th century, witchcraft emerged from the shadows and began a remarkable transformation. Figures such as Gerald Gardner helped bring modern witchcraft, especially Wicca, into public view. This revival reshaped witchcraft into a spiritual path that embraced nature, cycles of the earth, ritual magic, and personal empowerment. As the movement grew, it inspired a wide variety of modern practices, from traditional craft rooted in old folklore to more contemporary forms of magic focused on energy work, meditation, and personal intention. Witchcraft no longer belonged to the realm of fear and suspicion. It became a symbol of resilience, identity, and spiritual freedom. Today, witchcraft also holds a distinctive place within the paranormal community. Many investigators believe that ancient rituals and magical sites can hold and radiate energy, perhaps creating places where the boundary between the physical and spiritual worlds becomes thinner. Objects used in magical practice are sometimes believed to retain emotional or energetic imprints, and the idea that magic and the supernatural intersect continues to inspire curiosity and debate. Witchcraft, in this sense, becomes part of a larger exploration of the unseen, where spiritual belief and paranormal investigation often cross paths. The story of witchcraft is not simply a story of spells and superstition. It is a story of survival. It endured religious suppression, cultural fear, and centuries of misunderstanding, yet it never truly disappeared. Instead, it adapted, endured, and eventually re-emerged in a new form, one rooted not in fear, but in empowerment and spiritual connection. It reminds us that traditions can be reshaped but not erased, and that humanity has always felt a deep pull toward the mysteries that lie just beyond ordinary perception. Witchcraft continues to evolve even now, as people seek meaning, connection, and understanding in a world that still holds many unexplained corners. Its history is a testament to endurance, transformation, and the enduring human desire to explore the unknown.